We're with the amazing Chuck Wright celebrating his music, and we got to talk about your latest, your solo album. I know it's a labor of love. You got a lot of great guests on it, and please tell us about the record and what you're most proud of achieving creatively. There we go.
There it is. Well, I was never intending to do a solo record. I just the pandemic hit. You're stuck at home. I finally had the time to just sit down and compose again. I'm just either on the road and running Ultimate Jam, and I just organizing 50 musicians per show is crazy. It's herding cats. So I finally had the time to just sit and write music for the sake, art for art's sake, whatever, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
So I would reach out to friends and say, hey, what do you think of this? And they go, oh, this is great. I go, do you want to play on it? And so they came on board because they liked the music. I didn't have a record deal at the time or anything like that. Even getting one, there's really no money in it, in that part of it. But basically I got 5 songs together and I made a video for my take of Bjork's Army of Me. And I thought at this point, I go, you know what? I think I've got something here. I keep going back to it. I go, this is really good. I thought it was really good. And I approached some labels, and Cleopatra got it, and I finished the album. They signed me, and I'm really proud. It's my proudest achievement in my career. I think it speaks to what I'm about musically more than anything else I've done, especially something way back in '83. And we were talking earlier about my band Saturn, that's kind of progressive. There's a lot of progressive elements on the album. It's really diverse. It covers a lot of styles. There's funk. There's some kind of folky stuff like Robert Plant does with Alison Krauss. There's some Zeppelin type music on it. There's complete prog and jazz fusion. I have different singers on it. Couple different female vocalists on it, and Jeff Scott Soto sings on it, and Joe Retta did an amazing vocal track on a song called Throwing Stones, which was an anti-war song, and I have a killer video for that that's out, that was written just before the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Yeah, I'm really proud of it, and being an independent artist is a tough hoe. I mean, there's 60,000 songs put out a day, I think it is, on Spotify or whatever. But I won a couple of awards for the song "Way to Silence," and every review of the album was 100% great. And,
yeah,
it's a really proud thing for me, and I'm leaving that as my legacy.
Well, cream rises to the top, and it's just a matter of getting the word out to more and more people to check it out. Because
yeah, I still I'm not giving up on it. At some point, I'm going to find the time to really do a full on, because I never really did a full on. The way things work with YouTube and all that, there's a lot of finessing and things that you need to know to do to be able to get eyeballs on your videos or whatever you're putting out there. And I'm learning more and more about it as more things come up on YouTube that tell you how to do it. I'm not that experienced with all that, and I'm trying to learn. So I haven't, like I said, I still plan on, I'll push it out there more so more people can experience it. But I'm real proud of it. And there you go.
Yeah. Well,
it's
when
called,
you talk,
Chuck Wright's Sheltering Sky.
That's awesome. Well, when you talk about your love and respect for Bjork and redoing one of her songs, I had the pleasure in the early '90s of managing for a while one Louis Johnson, Thunder Thumbs, from the Brothers Johnson.
Yeah.
And I know as a bass player, you can certainly respect Lewis's slap bass like no other.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, he's the only guy I saw. He showed up for a little event or something. We had a Coconut Teaser. He's the only guy that I saw break 2 bass strings in one solo.
Wow.
I was like, whoa, the bass strings are flying. I'm like,
I've only done that a couple times. So
yeah, that is really slapping the bass. There's no question. But Lewis's favorite artist in the world was Bjork.
Wow, really?
And he's asking me, like, how do I get in touch with Bjork? And he's like calling their management and stuff. I can only imagine, her like management from Iceland or wherever she's from, thinking, who is this Louis Johnson now? Yeah, who the hell is this guy, man? Trying to date our artist or something, And he was just in awe of her. And I'm thinking, God, if they only knew who was reaching out. I know she would have respected, you know, creatively, musically, the power of Louis Johnson, one of a kind. I mean,
Yeah.
Quincy Jones had nurtured those guys,
Yep.
George and Louis Johnson. But yeah, what made you want to redo that Bjork song?
Well, this is how 3 of the songs on my album came to pass. Some years back, I used to go over to my late friend Pat Thorpe's studio
Yeah.
with Lanny Cordola, who we talked about earlier with
Yep.
House of Lords, and we would just get together and record and write, and we were writing songs for Mr. Big and just different things. And I was going through some files on my computer, and I found these tracks that were just drums, bass, and guitar, rhythm guitar, and one of them was Bjork's "Army of Me." And I go, these songs are kick ass. I go, I've got to finish this stuff. So I just took that and overdubbed everything on it, and that's how that became what it is. The song "Throwing Stones" is from those sessions too.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I just, it was a way to honor Pat. I mean, there's great
Yeah.
playing. He's such a great drummer and a great friend, you know.
Well, yeah, I've interviewed Eric Martin. He had such glowing things to say about Pat, and of
Yeah.
course Billy Sheehan and Paul Gilbert. They all, you know, it's a wonder they can even do these Mr. Big final shows without him. I know it's a tribute to Pat. They really
Yeah, I know.
love Bill.
It's whatever. It is what it is, but you have to carry on. I mean, I was surprised Frankie called me and said, "Hey, I want to do QuietRiot again." And after, when you lose Kevin, that's like he was QuietRiot, So,
Yeah,
but we managed to keep the legacy alive, and they're still out there. They're doing more shows than ever right now. So,
correct.